Ajay, I need to build a context here, and the context is that this is the 10th year of Voyage. ET now is proud to be associated with this, Voyage journey for last 10 years now. 10 years ago, and I'm going to be quoting the Honorable Prime Minister here, he spoke at a public forum yesterday where the size of mutual fund industry 10 years ago was 9 lakh crore. Now the size of mutual fund industry is nearly 52 lakh crore. So that just tells you that how mutual fund industry, which was in a sense always a side sector, has now become the main sector or the mainstay for the Indian economy. Now what is Voyage? Voyage is India's largest mutual fund symposium. I've been told that nearly 2,000 distributors are likely to be attending here. The biggest distributors from all India, distributors who were never very, who in a sense have just started their journey towards financial inclusion. So I guess this is just, it's going to be more than a melting pot. I think this is just going to be the perfect time to understand the mood, understand the risk, understand the mindset of a mutual fund investor, understand the commonality between these 1500 to 2000 distributors, what the messaging is to clients. The idea of SIPs, will it only continue to rise? What about market risk? What about asset allocation? Is this entire mutual fund, circle, or this entire mutual fund, fan wheel effect, is it moving away from big towns to small towns and even tier 3 towns now? So I'm really looking forward to a very, very engaging day, and largely because to understand the mood here, to understand the sense, to understand the essence of the bull market, and in terms of participation, excitement, and the real advice which some of the distributors essentially would be channelizing and they would be funneling. Of course, the Birla Top team is here. The Birla Top team would be showcasing their ideas. They would be showcasing, I love the theme of this year's, Voyage, how to invest in a dominant Bharat. So you could actually see that everything here really seems to be centered around Bharat and India. But interestingly, Ajay, I guess by the time we'll, wrap out the day, we would have crystal clear clarity on what has changed for the mutual fund investor. What is the mood point like? The SIP culture, is it real deal? Is it here to stay? What about market volatility, and what should be the general messaging, or what is the general messaging by distributors or by this large influential crowd to their clients in terms of future return? Ajay, needless to say that this bull market belongs to the common man. This bull market, the strongest pillar of this bull market in a sense is the DI participation. DI participation is a function of Aam Aadmi. It is a belief which has come back into the system, and it is the real Indian savings which are now getting funneled back into equities and other asset classes. So I think this is just the right time when markets are at an all-time high, that how the short-term, what is the short-term outlook for returns and risk, what is the medium-term outlook, and what is the long-term outlook. So I think I'm excited, and our viewers should be excited, because like we always say that the mood point and participation are often indicators of where the puck will move. So we pretty much by the end of the day would know that which way the puck is likely to move in terms of near-term, medium-term, and long-term.
Well, yes, you're excited there, Nikunj, and we're excited and jealous here in the studios, but we'll trust you to tell us all those insights that you get from those distributors on the ground. Get the real feel, whether it's the small town and the middle class, which has actually been the real hero of this rally, and more importantly, what's the tone going to be like for FY25, given we are right at the cusp of it. But Nikunj, what's your expectation with respect to the, market setup also right now? Yes, DIIs are the one who has been supporting the market and pumping in money, but the narrative at the end of December was there will be a comeback of FIIs. That hasn't happened. There's a bit of a lack of triggers in the market. Do you think that is something which will be talked time and again in the conference today as well, and the macro setup with respect to how the interest rates are likely to move?
Sarisha, I guess a lot of narrative and a lot of conversations really, I think, seems to be centered around not why, but what's next. And the what's next framework needs to be understood from the prism of risk, returns, and also the current market valuations. As I was walking into our studio setup here, I got opportunity of, just having some side chats. And the general mood point is that everyone is now very, very evolved, Anisha, and that is something which is so heartwarming. I mean, you speak to folks here. I spoke to 2-3 distributors, 2-3 participants who would be attending the Voyage, the Voyage sessions today. They are very clear that in the near term, the market could be volatile, but it's not risky. They are here for the long haul, and their clients are here for the long haul. There was a time when the advent of retail investor used to always mark the market top. The advent of new NFOs would always mark the market top. But I think this time I genuinely feel that it's different. I know it's a cliche to say that this time it's different, but I genuinely feel that it's different. It's different. Why? Because equity investing is now becoming part of your asset allocation. Be awareness, visibility, comfort, and the belief in India story is so strong that everybody is ready to look beyond 6 months or 1 year. They are looking at 3 to 5 years. See, everybody knows that equity is the best way to really participate and achieve your long-term goals. Equity is nothing else but betting on India, buying future purchasing power, and like at ET now we always say that if you want to rise with India, bet on India, and I think that's a simple messaging. So if you ask me 10 years ago, since this is the 10th edition of Voyage, the mood point was strikingly different. 2014, what India was versus where the positioning is, it's very, very different. 10 years ago also we were in an election cycle. Then that time the lay of the land was strikingly different than what it is right now. I'll repeat that number, what Honorable Prime Minister last evening mentioned on a public forum, which is that the total AUM of mutual funds in 2014 was 9 lakh crore. Today it stands tall at 50,000 crore, and I will not be surprised that it has taken 10 years for 9 to become 50. The next 100 could come in next 5 years. So that is the general mood point here. There is awareness, there is maturity, and I guess there is understanding as to what asset allocation is all about. And I think that's the beauty, that awareness, commitment, belief, and also this entire equity, I won't use the word cult, but equity which is now becoming part of everyone's asset allocation, I think is something very, very fantastic. So there is no somberness here. There is excitement, there is curiosity. Everybody's understood the fact that at an all-time high, you need to just peg back your return expectations. The past returns will not be as strong as the future returns. But if you're in for a long haul, I guess this train journey has a long, long way to go.
Absolutely, the trade journey has a long, long way to go. Everyone knows at these levels of what they'll be looking at. Thank you so much, Nikunj, for joining in with us from the Voyage at Aditya Birla Capital that they've been hosting as well.